Have you ever looked at a picture of a god or a goddess and just felt like you recognized them, like you already knew them? It's a funny thought, isn't it? How did these ancient ideas, these divine beings described in texts, get the familiar faces that we all know today? Well, we're about to jump into that journey, exploring how Indian art gave a real physical form to its deities, turning abstract concepts into powerful visual stories. Let's dive in. I mean, really think about it. Before posters, before TV, before any of that, how did millions of people end up sharing the exact same image in their heads of what their gods looked like? The answer is just this beautiful blend of spiritual storytelling and a full-blown artistic revolution. It's the story of how faith literally got a face. Okay, so at the very heart of this story is Vishnu. He's known as the preserver in the Hindu Trinity. His whole job is to maintain cosmic balance, this universal order they call dharma. And when that delicate balance is in danger, Vishnu steps in, and he does it in a pretty extraordinary way. He comes down to Earth as an avatar, which literally means an incarnation. Think of it like this. The universe sends in the perfect hero for whatever crisis is happening at the time. Each avatar is a specific form with a very specific purpose, tailor-made to fight a particular threat. The most famous of these are the Dashavatara, the 10 primary incarnations of Vishnu. Now, of these 10 avatars, there is one that really stands out for the incredible impact he had on art. The seventh one, Rama. He's looked at as the ideal man, the very embodiment of dharma, of doing the right thing. His life, his challenges, and his victories have inspired artists for centuries, making his story one of the most painted, most visualized epics in all of Indian art. The incredible story of Rama is told in the Ramayana, an epic text that has been a bottomless well of inspiration for artists. So what we're going to do now is walk through 5 key moments from this story, scenes that artists have painted over and over again for centuries, and each time they reveal something new. First up, the Swayamvar, which was Sita's marriage contest. This is the moment Rama proves his incredible virtue and strength by stringing Shiva's divine bow, something no one else could do, and he wins Sita's hand. But look at how it's painted. This isn't just a wedding picture. It's a depiction of divine destiny. It's a visual promise that a relationship built on righteousness is blessed by the universe itself. Next, we have the forest exile. This scene shows Rama, Sita, and his brother Lakshmana during their 14-year banishment. Now, you might think this would be all doom and gloom, right? But it's not a story of suffering. It's actually like a visual sermon on sacrifice, on simplicity, and on having this unwavering faith in your duty, no matter how tough things get. And here, the story takes a really dark turn. The abduction of Sita by the demon king Ravana. This is the big crisis, a powerful visual of that timeless struggle between good and evil. But notice something. In many paintings of the scene, you see Sita's composure, her inner strength. It's a powerful reminder that our faith is often tested the most when things are at their worst. After all that struggle, you finally get the triumph, the coronation, or Pattabhishekam. This shows Rama and Sita finally coming back to their kingdom and taking the throne. It's this joyous celebration, symbolizing that dharma, that divine order, has been restored. Righteousness has won. And on a spiritual level, it kind of represents the soul coming back home to grace after a long, hard journey. And finally, we have this image. Wow, it's so iconic. The monkey god Hanuman, the perfect devotee, sitting humbly at the feet of Rama and Sita. The way this is composed is a lesson in itself. It just powerfully shows the importance of pure devotion, or bhakti. It's teaching us that sincere service and humility will always, always be rewarded with divine love. But you know, these paintings are way more than just stories. They are absolutely jammed-packed with symbols. It's a whole visual language that adds so many more layers of meaning. To really get the art, you've got to understand the code. So let's decode some of these sacred symbols together. You see, every single object in these paintings has a job to do. Rama's bow and arrow, they aren't just weapons, they symbolize righteousness itself. Vishnu's chakra, that represents cosmic order, justice, the wheel of time. The conch holds the primordial sound of creation, Om. The lotus flower signifies purity and rising above the muck of the material world. And the mace, well, that's the strength you need to uphold dharma in the first place. So, for centuries, these divine images were mostly found in temples or maybe the palaces of royalty. So how in the world did they become a fixture in nearly every single household? Well, this is where a revolution in both art and technology just changed everything, bringing the gods from these sacred halls right into people's homes. First, let's look at the classic style, Tanjore painting. This art form started way back in the 16th century, and it is pure opulence and devotion. We're talking rich colors, painted on sturdy wooden planks, and get this, adorned with real 22-karat gold foil. These weren't just paintings, they were these luminous, almost three-dimensional icons, considered sacred treasures. And then, along comes this absolute game changer, the artist Raja Ravi Varma. He took all the traditional Indian mythological themes, but painted them using Western techniques of realism. So for the very first time, gods and goddesses looked strikingly lifelike, with this human quality that made them instantly relatable to everyone. I mean, the contrast is just night and day. Tanjore art was for the temple. It was ornate, symbolic, and each piece was a one-of-a-kind masterpiece. Ravi Varma's art, on the other hand, was accessible. It was human-like. He used oil paints, but most importantly, his work could be mass-produced as prints or oleographs. And that, right there, was the key that unlocked the divine for the masses. The year is 1894. Raja Ravi Varma sets up a lithographic printing press in Bombay. This single move completely transformed Indian devotional art forever. His paintings of gods, goddesses, and epic scenes could now be printed by the thousands, making them affordable and available to basically everyone. The gods had finally moved from the temple walls to the walls of the common person. So what's the lasting impact of this incredible journey from exclusive temple art to mass-produced posters? Well, these images are so much more than just decoration. They represent a living tradition, a sacred expression that continues to shape culture, faith, and identity all across India and beyond, even today. A great way to put it is that these paintings are sacred expressions of timeless virtues. They're like spiritual guides, constantly reinforcing the teachings of epics like the Ramayana. Lessons of faith, loyalty, and devotion that are just as relevant now as they were centuries ago. Raja Ravi Varma didn't just paint pictures. He gave a face to faith for millions of people. And in doing so, he defined the modern image of the Hindu pantheon. So it kind of makes you wonder, if one single artist's vision can so profoundly shape an entire culture's perception of the divine, what does that really tell us about the incredible, incredible power of art?